Chapter 24, English 101. Madison brought up the rear as they returned to Unpronounceable's home after he had released the kite. She reflexively reached back to close the door, but it was already automatically sliding into place. She wondered if it would stop like an elevator door if she thrust her hand into the gap, but decided not to test it. Unpronounceable returned to his computer and resumed his English lessons. He pointed to an image of the Earth as seen from space. "Earth," said Ryan, resuming his role as English teacher. Madison stood suddenly as a thought occurred to her. She pulled out the laminated inventory card and scanned it. "I'll be right back," she said, and jogged off. Unpronounceable continued unperturbed. The image changed to a grey lunar landscape pockmarked with craters. The front door opened for Madison as she approached. After a quick run through the snowdrifts and a much slower traversal of the slippery rocks, she was back at the ice shed. Madison was glad to see the cutter was still under the hole and had not drifted away. She slid down into it and vowed to tie it off before she left. In crate number 12, Madison found what she was looking for, the illustrated dictionary. It was a coffee table-sized book for children ages 3 to 5. "Perfect," said Madison aloud. She cast around for a rope to secure the cutter from drifting away. Ryan was just finishing up the long list of celestial objects when Madison returned with the book. She showed it to Unpronounceable and said, "Book." "We have a dictionary?" asked Ryan in surprise. "Natalie," said Madison simply. "It's like she can predict the future," he said. Madison opened the book and pointed to the first image. "Aardvark." "I don't think that's very helpful," said Ryan. "How many pages are there?" She leafed to the end. 900. "Oh my, we'll never get through it. How about this? Let Unpronounceable go through it and just ask us when he gets to something interesting or useful." Madison handed Unpronounceable the book, and he placed it on a new table that was rising from the floor. "We need to ask him how he does that," said Madison enviously. "We haven't even gotten to hello yet, and that was day 1 in Spanish class," said Ryan, exasperated. He should never be a teacher, Madison thought to herself. Unpronounceable was slowly and reverently turning the pages. He stopped. The skin on his hands and face treated them to a colorful new show. This time, it began with perfectly spaced stripes resembling a barber pole of primary colors: white, red, orange, green, blue, and black. These stripes marched across his face for only 2 seconds before all but the black and white had melted away, leaving irregular zebra stripes which drifted at a much slower pace. After a second of that, the zebra stripes merged into the globs of calico cat tan and black patches, which moved even slower against a white background. He pointed to the image and looked at Madison. She read the word aloud as clearly as she could. Octopus. Madison glanced at Ryan before reading the description. Octopus skin has 200 chromatophores per square millimeter, controlled by a complex series of muscles, allowing them to rapidly alter the color and pattern of their skin for camouflage, defense, and communication. Octopuses are part of the cephalopod class, widely regarded as the most intelligent of the invertebrates. After 3 more hours of learning proper nouns and verbs, Unpronounceable could form complete sentences and pose questions. Having the book allowed him to also correlate the written and spoken words. With that, he was able to continue learning after Madison and Ryan had fallen asleep. Unpronounceable morphed their chairs into 2 soft beds. Madison and Ryan each stretched out on their new flat surfaces without waking. Unpronounceable turned his attention back to the book. By morning, he had memorized all 900 pages.